As the Minecraft 1.18 snapshots grow ever closer, things are beginning to get interesting. In this video we've got some new caves and cliffs information to go over, which will give us a good idea as to what is actually going on over at Mojang and what is going on with 1.18 in general. So if you do go on to enjoy this video, everyone be sure to drop it a like and subscribe if you're new around here for daily Minecraft content. But without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. Now for a change, this is really interesting and also exciting. We have some tweets and information to go over from the developers Lady Agnes and King B Dogs, and you know it's going to be something interesting when it's from Lady Agnes, because just for a bit of context, Lady Agnes rarely ever tweets out and just comes out with information, unlike other developers. So if it is something from Lady Agnes, we all know it's either important or something very interesting or just cool in general. So this first one I'm going to be talking about is from Lady Agnes, and it was tweeted very recently, saying it's so exciting to see how beautifully you all have feedbacked on the new Caves and Cliffs update part 2 world gen. I wanted to ask, how is the survival experience with the new world gen? For example, has the mining experience changed? What is better and what can we improve? Smiley face, do not forget that bit. So this is really interesting, not just because it's a very cool tweet in general, asking for feedback, and of course it's from Lady Agnes, which is in itself quite interesting and rare to see, but it is interesting because it continues on with the trend we've been seeing for quite a while now, and that is Henrik, King B Dogs, Lady Agnes now all coming together, asking the community for feedback specifically about the survival experience. And what this does indicate is that maybe the team is a bit concerned of too drastically changing the survival experience in Minecraft, and this is something we've talked about a bit here on the channel with the Warden, about how this could scare new players, could completely change the gameplay loop. But this is interesting because it's actually asking for feedback about the new terrain generation, which of course is a big concern, and for many people we can understand why. It's something Mojang have never really done before, and people have got kind of in a habit and routine, and they've got comfortable with Minecraft. So this change could really throw a wrench in that and change quite a few things up for a bunch of players. That is why the team is concerned and the team is asking about this, but it's still cool to see that even all the way into August, with the experimental snapshots coming out, the team is still asking for feedback about this, which is very interesting. And the fact that Lady Agnes came out with this and is also asking us now just indicates how valuable this feedback is to making this update the best it can be. We also get an idea as to why they're doing this, because Lady Agnes came out very recently with this tweet also, saying we're doing lots of playtesting and we keep finding so many epic and inspiring places in the Caves and Cliffs part 2 world gen. I can't stop exploring. Look at this lake for example. It looks like a crater with a rather spectacular ice spike kingdom on the peninsula. So obviously that's a bit off topic, but if you look at the very start where it says we are doing lots of playtesting, that does kind of expose why Mojang is asking so many questions and asking for so much feedback about not only the terrain generation, but as we're about to look at, the new mob spawning. That is because King V Dogs did also come out and say, how do you feel about mob spawning rates being independent of height now? Some background: this attempts to solve a few problems, long-term design upkeep, mob spawn less at surface than 1.17, mob farms that can't be moved like witch farms were nerfed compared to 1.17. So obviously King B Dogs is asking for feedback about the new mob spawning. It's obviously changed not only with the new lighting changes, but also in mob spawning being independent of height. So that is definitely interesting to see. It's cool to see Lady Agnes coming out asking us for terrain generation feedback, King B Dogs asking us for mob spawning feedback. We've also saw Henrik and a bunch of other developers asking about this, but these are the most recent, and that is why we're looking at them. Let's go back to what Lady Agnes actually said though. The team is doing a lot of playtesting right now. We covered this in my last video, you can check that out, link will be down below in the description, with Henrik, who was actually talking quite a lot about this, giving his obviously tweets about this whole thing, giving us cool images to look over and to obviously talk about. But the most interesting thing is all of the team is obviously focusing on playtesting right now. That could either be for the experimental snapshots or of course most likely for the actual snapshots. We do know that Mojang expect them to begin in September, so that gives them quite a few weeks between now and then, so that's obviously quite a bit of time to ask us more questions, to do a lot more playtesting, but potentially this could indicate that we may even get a snapshot a bit earlier than we expected. I do not know though for real, but it's just cool to see all of these developers, ones we've not really heard from a lot, coming out and asking us for feedback, and it's definitely interesting to say the least. Do not get me wrong, we've saw them do this in the past. Them developers, they always ask for feedback, but on this level it kind of feels a bit like they're all coming together as like one big team. I know they're like already working with each other at Mojang, but it feels like they're almost kind of like superheroes coming together, putting all their strength together to create the best update possible. That's a bit of a weird way to explain it, but that's the way it feels. It's really cool to see this happen before our very eyes. It's almost like some people will miss out on this, but it's cool to see all of the developers coming together, bringing their efforts together, asking for feedback. Just, it really shows how much Mojang cares, and we saw this with them increasing the height limit, although it meant the update would be delayed. We talked about that in a previous video. But one thing that we've all really picked up on this year is that the Mojang team is amazing and they do really care. And of course, it's just really cool to see them coming out, asking for our feedback to create the best update. And hey, we even get some cool screenshots along the way. So let me know what you think of this new information down below in the comments, and be sure to leave your own feedback on these questions in the comments. I'll be sure to respond and read them and see what you guys think. Personally, I really do like the changes Mojang are making, but let me know what you think personally. If you made it this far into the video, be sure you go down below and drop a little piggy down below in the comments. But that's it for this one, everyone. If you do get any more information, any interesting or cool information, I'll be sure to update you all with another video, so be sure you subscribe with that notification bell on so that you do not miss it. It's been me, ItzJhief here, everyone. Thanks for watching, have an amazing day, go play some Minecraft, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.